a little slow on her face. Nope, sure wasn't. Have you met me? Howdy.
So, I got a question. All right, let's do it.
Yep, write that Greek stuff. Elijah. It's just mama and his daddy. Don't mean he's in trouble.
Every time
Mike, what are we gonna do with them?
I'm a good kid. I'm bad. I can't lie.
Y'all don't simmer down, she's gonna get an attitude. We know we don't need that.
Who?
She.
She.
Yeah. They call her Eber.
Oh, okay. Let's not turn.
Let's see.
Alright, who are we waiting on? Alright, let's get it done. Let's get it done, my friends. You know you need to sanitize those. I'm just saying, you just blew your nose. Probably a good idea to sanitize.
Why do we have a dry erase board right here?
You just see what they're doing. Okay, for those of you who are still writing, let's hurry up and finish up. I'm going to go ahead and go on. Now, what we're talking about today is we are talking about something that we already kind of talked about yesterday. Remember yesterday when we put this on the board and we talked about how many we were moving from place?
Yeah.
Melvin, I know you don't, baby. It's all right. Just listen as you can. Going from place to place to place to place. Boy, you better think before you ink. Quit drawing on yourself in my class.
Oh, I see what you did there. Think before you eat. Yeah, that was cool.
Ink. Thank you. And then on the top, we were also talking about how many movements we were making from number to number to number. And Ms. Compton and I talked to you guys, and we told you these are nice and pretty tables. And what did we tell you is about to happen? No more pretty tables, right? First thing we need to know, when we are doing this, and we are finding how much it's changing from each coordinate of an ordered pair, what we're doing is we're finding the rate of change. We're finding the rate of change for each movement. The big algebra fancy word for that is slope. Okay? How many of you have heard of the word slope? Okay, hold on. How many of you have heard of the word slope in math? That's all right. I can help a brother out, man. I got this. Just so happens I'm a math guru. See? Yeah. So, I'll tell you. You can see me after school and I'll tell you. Finding the rate of change or the slope. What this is this is how much we are moving. I'll wait on you. This is how much we're moving up and down, over side to side. So this is a ratio of movements from the vertical shift to the horizontal shift. You guys know what this symbol means?
Squirt.
Good. It is a triangle.
Oh.
Fantastic. Give yourself a gold star for the day. But in science, what do we know what this means? Anybody?
Squirt.
It's still, baby, it still only has 3 sides, okay? This symbol means, it's called, this symbol is called a delta. And in science, when we're talking about a delta, what a delta means is we're talking about a change. Okay? So in science, that's why there are 4 different ways to write it up there, big girl. Alright, so we're talking about the change in y over the change in x. For those of you who don't like to use triangle, I don't like to write more than I have to because I stand a chance of misspelling something. Here it is in words, change in y over the change in x. You will also hear algebra teachers and math teachers talk about the slope being the rise over the run. The rise over the run.
Oh, so right.
You see how that works? Like you have to get out of bed first and rise out of bed and then you walk to the bathroom. Poor thing, baby. So, the other thing that we need to know is that constant, when I'm talking about a constant rate of change, I'm talking about a rate of change that is the same all the way through. A rate of change that is the same all the way through. And when I graph it, it's going to make a straight line. Thanks, sister. Thank you. When I graph it, it's going to make a straight line. A variable rate of change is when it's not the same all the way through my table. A variable change is when it's not the same all the way through my table. And when it's not the same all the way throughout my table, guess what? Not a straight line. See how that works? Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to open up your book to page 65. Oh my goodness, I did not know that opening your book required opening your mouth. Except Christian is going to do his best to prove me wrong. Is everything okay out there? Yeah, okay. Okay. On page 65, they start the lesson by talking about a rate of change. So let's just kind of look at the example they've already provided for us. You guys okay with that? Let's look at the example they've already provided for us. You are a fantastic reader. It's awesome. Wow. Aw, man. Alright, so rate of change is a ratio of the amount of change in the output to the amount of change in the input. Oh my gosh. Remember we were making that chart the other day of X's and Y's, right? Yes. So what did we have? We had X and Y, and we knew that, what is another name for X? Independent. Dry mix. Independent. And dependent. What else did we have?
Hold up.
X or Y.
Okay, we still had the X or Y, okay. Oh, we had our horizontal.
And the vertical.
Hold on that one, because we're going to talk about it. Now, we also had output and input. Who has output and input on their list?
I do. I do.
Well, in this definition that we just read, it's the amount of the change in the output to the amount of change in the input. What else can I substitute the output and the input? Can I substitute something for that?
Yes.
What is our output? What is our output? Look on your chart, guys.
Output is the X.
The number.
No, it's. Hold on.
Output
Oh, yeah,
is your
output is
Y.
Y and the input is the X. Or let me put it in different.
Okay.
The D.
So, if you have a hard time remembering output and input, cross those out and put the letter. What do you mean, Miss Early? Okay. What do we know output is?
Output is the Y.
What do we know the input is?
X. Oh, you see that? X.
Right there.
It's not on the paper.
Because I crossed it off and put those letters on there.
Oh.
I want everybody to do that. Because what a lot of the times where we get really confused is they're talking about the X, the independent, the input, or the dependent, the Y, and the output, and they start using the words interchangeably, right? And once they start using those words interchangeably, you forget what one may or may not mean. So make sure that you understand every time you see a word that's talking about an X or a Y, let's put it on our list so that we can go back to our list and take a look at it and see what we've got. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this table right here that they've given us, and we're going to put the rate of change from day 1 to day 2 to day 3. What did I tell you that we're looking for when we're talking about our rate of change?
Proportion.
Rate of
Change in
slopes.
X and Y.
Your algebra, the two algebra.
Variable. Constant.
no.
X.
Yes. I hate to point it out to you, but you just wrote it down and it's clear as day on the board. When I'm talking about a rate of change, what am I talking about?
And run.
Rise and run. Very good. Change in Y over X. Delta Y, delta X. How much up and down I go over, how much side to side I go, okay? Rise and run.
Oh.
Okay? So, which one of these is, oh wait. Which one of these are my X and which one of them are my Y? We have two different things that we're talking about in this chart, and we need to know. We need to know what is X and what is Y. The number of lawns is Y, he said, hold on. And then what else do we have? We have the amount of money earned. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. When your granny asks you what you want for your birthday, what do you tell her?
Money.
So what is the most important thing to us?
Money.
Money. When you go and tell your mom and dad, Mom and Dad, what do I wish you had at work? They're not going to say more hours to work.
You're gonna say more money.
They're going to say more money. If you were to go ask your kindergarten teacher, what do you wish happened at work? She's not going to say 15 more kindergartners in my class. She's going to say, I wish they paid me more. Okay? What do we know about money? What do we know about money? It always what?
It's good.
It's always needed. Okay, that's a great thing to know about money. Money always depends on something, right? Remember yesterday? Selby is going to babysit my kid because he only charges $2 an hour, and I offered $5.
That's $3.
You're getting jacked.
That's right. Okay? Great deal for me.
You getting jacked.
You're a child.
So what do we know? How much I'm going to pay him depends on the amount of hours he works. So now, stop. So now let's look at this. Which one is my independent variable and which one is my dependent variable? When I'm talking about number of lawns, money earned.
The number of lawns is. No, it's the Y.
Okay, everybody stand up. So we have a few people that think it's funny and don't want to participate, want to just kind of hang out. So we're going to make everybody talk to me. What is money? Is it X or Y?
Y.
Okay. Keep a count.
Y.
Okay, we got money. Put money.
Oh.
Put a money sign. And put dash Y. Because they're saying the Y is the money.
No.
Yes. Put a Y next to the money sign.
Why?
Now put 2 tallies underneath it. What is my Y? All right, 3 tallies. 4. Okay, we have money as an X. Put one tally on that one. Another X. Yep, that's me. What is it? Come on, tell me. X or Y? Pick one. Yeah. Is money X or is money Y? What is it?
He said egg, bitch.
He did or you did?
He said egg. It's why. He said egg.
Get your son over here and get calmed down. Because whatever it is you just did got that wound up. Sit down. So is it an X or is it a Y? All right, Melvin says Y. Andrea. Andrea says Y. Eli says Y. You got to vote too. All right, I'll wait on you. Robbie says Y. All right, two more. Kirsten says Y. Gordon? Okay. All right, here we go. Logan. Logan says X. Justin says Y. Christian. Christian says Y. We got an X. Jocelyn says Y. All right. Stay standing if you are positive 100% would bet your test grade on it.
I'm still staying.
I ain't screwed.
How much is my discount?
Okay? All right. So that tells me something. A lot of you said why because everybody else did. Yeah. See how that happened? So go ahead and sit down then.
I chose eggs.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So, who are my Xers? All right. Tell me, why do you think money is the independent variable? Stand up, Logan. That's what I looked at.
Because the amount of money depends.
Wait a minute. What'd you say? The amount of money depends. Well, you told me it was X and it was independent.
Oh,
Man.
I said that.
I wouldn't stand up for my test grade. Have a seat. Tell me why you chose X. Justin. Did you choose X because he chose X?
No.
Oh, you're not trying to be like the boys. Remember, we have girl power? That's right. Okay. So, tell me why you chose X. Is it because you didn't really know what you were talking about? Or you just picked one because it came to you and you're like, I don't really know? Or because it came first in the alphabet? Why'd you pick? Because it came first in the alphabet. I wouldn't bet my test grade on that. Have a seat. Logan!
I picked it because everybody's saying
You picked it because you were trying to be different.
Can
All
I
right.
say something? You don't need to.
See, I was just gonna make a point.
Hold on, we have one other person in here that is willing, Christian, that is willing to bet his test grade. So let's see what he's got to say.
Oh, wait.
No, but then she sat down because she was not 100% sure. So we're only talking to 100% sure. Selby, what did you pick? For what reason did you pick Y?
Because, well, I've heard this question before, and I thought this one.
Oh, because when you heard this question before, you picked Y and you got it right. Oh, we got a few more people that are willing to talk to me now. Eli, why did you? For what reason did you pick your answer? Okay, so Eli says he picked his answer because we depend on money for a lot of things. All right. Okay, great point. Y'all hear what she said? Who heard what she said? What she said is the question talks about the amount of money earned. Earned is in past tense, so it is an outcome. She says that earned means it's going to be an outcome. An outcome is a Y, or output is a Y, right? Okay, so she's saying it's dependent. What's that mean?
I think that enough of lines that you get. You need some more money that you get. So, you have to have lines to get money.
So is money X or Y? I mean, you make a valid point right there.
Hold up.
All right, I'll come back to you, Kirsten. You're standing up now.
Money is it.
Kirsten said she picked Y because because of what Eli said. Oh, right there. Because of what Eli said. She's using the same reasoning behind what Eli said. What I want everybody to do is have a seat.
I got it out.
Oh, you got it? I bet you do. All right.
How many hours you work?
Money is X.
No, it's not.
All right. Elijah, I want you to tell me what you just said.
I was right. Wasn't it?
That's what I told you. I wouldn't bet my test grade. Have a seat. Okay, what he said when he was giving me his answer is he said, money is X because it depends. But where is depends?
Why?
In the Y column. So now we know which one is my X and which one is my Y. This is probably the biggest, chill. This is probably one of the biggest battles we're going to face. Determining which one of these labels is independent. Yeah, go ahead and change it back. Which one is independent and which one is dependent. Stop. Whatever you're doing, please stop. Stop. Okay? Which one is independent and which one is dependent? That's half the battle. Because on our homework last night when we were talking about putting those things in those ratios, what do we find out? If it is a ratio of 4, but I get them mixed up, then it becomes a ratio of 1/4. Would you rather have 4 times something or a quarter times something?
4 times something.
Yeah. So is the way we put it in our fraction, is that really, it's really important, isn't it? Okay, so now let's look up here. Now we're looking at how much they change. So from 5 to 45, how much change is that?
Times. Hold on, wait.
Not times.
Divide it by.
Oh,
Plus. Plus 30, right?
Right with your finger.
I knew.
You didn't know I had blue ink in my finger, did you? Nuts. All right, now we have 45 to 90. How much is that?
Hold on, wait. No, don't say it.
You have a calculator. You better get that calculator out. You better start putting your fingers to it.
Plus 30.
I mean, 40.
45.
45.
And then 90 to 120 is?
30.
Okay, so now we found how much we're changing in the Y value all the way through. Do you agree with that? Yes. So now let's look at the top. 1 to 3, how much we change?
2.
Is it a positive 2 or negative 2?
2. Positive.
2 to 3. 2 to 3.
1.
Oh, 6. 3.
30.
Not 2 times 3. 2 to 3.
1.
What did I plus 2 by
1.
to get to 3?
1. I just said 3.
Oh, y'all are right. Y'all are right. My bad for getting feisty with you. 3 to 4 is actually 6 to 8. It's plus 2. Sorry, it's been a long day. All right, now what we do, I'll wait on you because y'all still have homework whether I get through or not, so it doesn't bother me. Now what we do is now that we found all these changes, I look at these ratios right here and I set up the change in Y, which is 30 over 2 for the first one, and what do I get?
15.
The next one is 45 over 3, and what do I get?
15.
30 over 2, and I get 15. Here's a question. Is this a constant rate of change, or is it variable? Raise your hand when you know an answer. Is it a constant rate of change, or is it a variable rate of change? I say raise your hand, man. Christian, get an answer, man. Do you need me to repeat the question? Is this a variable rate of change or a constant rate of change? Christian's not the only one that needed that answer repeated because we still have people that are clicking pins, playing with calculators, and this is nothing to do with your calculator right now. Is it constant or is it variable? Raise your hand when you have an answer. I will not go on until every hand is in the air. You have no choice but to think in here. Every person in this room is going to respond to my question. Justin, you got it? Christian, you got it? Yes? Kristen, you got one? Kristen, read the board. Okay, we're talking about, is it a constant rate of change or is it variable? Trey. Okay. Alright, we've got two variables. 3. Alright, Mr. Hull says constant. Variable. Variable. He says constant. Okay, so we got 3 constants. Mr. Allen.
Constant.
Robbie. Jocelyn. Okay. Christian. Variable. Logan.
Constant.
Justin. Constant. Delvin. Michael. Okay, so we're pretty 50-50. Can somebody look at the board and tell me? Constant means we have all the same ratios. So when I come over here and I make my ratios, do I end up with the same number?
Yes. No. Look at the
Yes.
Is 15 equal to 15 equal to 15?
Oh my god.
Oh, I just
Is 15 the same number
Yes.
3 times?
Yes.
So is it constant?
Yes.
What will the graph look like?
Straight
A straight line. Okay? You guys do number 1 in your books. Right there on page 65, do number 1. I've done an example. There it is right there also. Underneath it. That doesn't mean play. That means do number 1. No, where it says number 1, your turn. Honey, I didn't say example 1, we just did that.